When you're house hacking or building a rental portfolio, it's important to have an idea of when to hire a property manager and also figure out if you'll even need one. So we're going to talk about what property managers do, the costs that come with it, how it affects your cash flow and your return on investment, and then a few pros and cons to help you decide if you need a property manager. So what do property managers do? Short sum up of this, a property manager's role is overseeing the day-to-day operations and management of rental properties. They handle a number of things, such as marketing, vacancies, screening tenants, collecting rent, addressing maintenance issues, and ensuring compliance with local regulations. And that's a big one. So with their expertise and experience, they can really take over all of those duties of being a landlord for you. Services they provide, though, vary by company and by location. Some provide all of the above, some only do a few, some let you pick and choose what services you want from them, kind of like an a la carte kind of deal. Now, of course, the more services you need or require, the more expensive it will be. Again, the fees and services vary depending on location, but you'll typically see around a 10% fee of your gross monthly rent, give or take. So if you're renting out your house hack for say $2,000 per month and you hire a property manager and covers all of those services I just mentioned, if the fee is 10%, you will pay $200 per month for their services. Now, there has been some confusion in the past of people thinking that this fee also covers your repairs and your maintenance. It does not. You as the property owner are responsible for those maintenance and repairs. So how does this impact your cash flow? On the positive side, property managers bring efficiency and experience and the ability to attract high quality tenants, potentially reducing vacancy periods. Combining all of these together will get you the maximum amount of rental income possible. However, it's important to understand how this affects your cash flow. Once you take that $200 fee per month into account, your cash flow looks a heck of a lot different. For example, if you're getting $2,000 per month in gross income and your mortgage, property taxes, insurance all total up to around $1,500 per month, you're at $500 per month in net cash flow. Even though I mentioned property managers help reduce vacancy, we're still going to account for it because you never know. So that's another 10% of your gross monthly income, which is another $200 per month. You also set aside money for repairs and maintenance, because again, those are still on you as the property owner. That's another 10% that we're saving, or another $200 per month. So add these all up, the total expenses per month come out to $1,900, which is only $100 per month in cash flow. Now we hire a property manager for another 10% or $200 per month. All of a sudden, you're negative $100 per month in cash flow, bringing your expenses to $2,100 while you're only bringing in $2,000 per month in rent. And that is why it is so important to do your due diligence and hire a realtor to help run those numbers on those properties for you, especially if you are considering hiring a property manager. Now, I probably just scared a lot of people with that, but when you break it down on paper, the pros and cons are pretty even. There's time and stress savings with property managers because they are handling tons of various different time-consuming tasks for you, which allow you to go and focus on other aspects of your life, like work, business, family, etc. Their expertise and experience are huge as well when it comes to house hacking. They have in-depth knowledge of the local rental market, tenant screening procedures, and property maintenance and local contacts. And this leads me to the next pro, their access to a network of professionals. Experienced property management companies have established relationships with reliable contractors and oftentimes pretty cost efficient, which is a huge bonus for you. Now, the cons are pretty self-explanatory. They're costly. The management fee can really impact your net cash flow, and in some cases, it may not even work financially, particularly for smaller properties or when the rental market is highly competitive. By handing over these duties to a manager, you also have a little loss of control on your properties. By delegating these duties to someone else, you may have less direct involvement in decision-making and tenant interactions, which, depending on how you look at it, could be a pro. And lastly, it doesn't really make your rental properties passive. A lot of people think once they get a property manager, it's just hands off from there. Now we can go on vacations 365 days out of the year and drink margaritas on the beach all day. Unfortunately, you're still getting those calls from the property manager when things break. You're staying in touch, making sure everything is running smoothly over at your properties. You're checking up on the property periodically. And yes, property managers are the ones taking those phone calls at 2 a.m. when something breaks or the ceiling's leaking, but you are still managing the manager. So to wrap this up here, most people don't know the first thing about property management or the first steps of turning your primary residence into a rental property. And that is completely fine. That's what property managers are for. for, and that's what I'm here to help with. When deciding when to hire a property manager, it's really all situational. Will you still cash flow? What is your time worth? How do you value the services? What services do you even need? Am I really too busy to hire these landlord duties out? It's all up to you when you run the numbers and look at what the overall return is for each of these services when looking at your current lifestyle, goals, and financial situation. So that about wraps it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you found value in this video. I post videos twice a week on everything house hacking. But anyways, thank you again, and we will see you guys next time.